The next style of question that we're going to solve is going to be a solubility question. And we're in fact going to solve two different types. Solubility questions can be a little bit tricky because they're either reading questions or they're very focused on red herrings. So let's look at our first one. A 20 milliliter sample of saturated solution of potassium nitrate at 25 degrees Celsius was evaporated to produce 7.2 grams of dry solute. So thus far, we have extrapolated that in a 20 milliliter solution, we could only evaporate out to get 7.2 grams of dry solute. That is the maximum amount that can fit inside of this solution at this temperature. What is the solubility of potassium nitrate in grams per 100 milliliter? So currently, we have grams per 20 milliliter, and we are looking for grams per 100 milliliter. The best way to go about solving this is simply to look at what we have and what we want. So I have this information currently, and I want to know how much I can dissolve in 100 milliliters. Now, to solve this, the best thing to do is to cross multiply and divide. So to cross multiply, we're going to multiply this way and end up with 720 gram milliliters. And those are going to be equal to 20x milliliters. And then we're going to divide out to find our isolated variable. So divide by 20 milliliters, divide by 20 milliliters, watching our units as we go. And when we are all finished, we're going to find that we end up with 36 grams. This is how much can be dissolved in 100 milliliters. And that will answer our question. The next type of question you could be asked is about the relative solubility or changing solubility. So in our next question, we will see that the solubility of aluminum fluoride is 0.559 grams per 100 milliliters at 25 degrees Celsius. Is it possible to dissolve 3 grams to make a 500 milliliter solution at 25 degrees Celsius? Now there's a lot of information going on here. The first thing I would check to see is, well, how much can dissolve into 500 milliliters? I don't know if that's possible because I don't know how much will actually fit here. Again, let's make a comparison. At 100 milliliters, I can fit 0.559 grams per 100 milliliters. What is that going to be equal to in regards to 500 milliliters? Now, looking straight across, we could simply multiply by 5 to get our answer, or we could cross multiply and divide. Regardless of what you do, you should end up that value is equal to 2.795 grams per 500 milliliters. Now, when you look at this, this is not your final answer. It's asking, is this possible? I'm looking and seeing that 2.795 per 500 milliliters is the absolute maximum that can dissolve in that volume of water. It is asking if I can put 3 grams in there. So is 3 grams equal to 2.795? It's not, it's more. So is it possible to dissolve 3 grams to make that solution? It is not possible. Now, it's important to realize that in both of these questions, we were thrown a temperature. Temperature can often be a red herring in these questions, as temperature does influence solubility, but unless it's talking about a temperature change, we don't readily want to jump on there or let it confuse us. If this question was to ask, how could we get 3 grams to dissolve into this, then we could talk about raising the temperature, or perhaps changing the volume of solution. It's important to know what the question is actually asking for. Solubility is not hard calculations, but they are difficult reading questions.